Oh, you better know I do. That's the name of the game. You know, if we're going to be a team that's building a bully, you know, I can't all of a sudden just walk out there on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday and say we are. We got to learn how to become one. And I think our guys understand it's a contact sport. We got to line up every now and then and run into each other.
How do you gauge first day of pads though, and keeping these guys? You want their motors running, but at the same time, you don't want them hurting each other either for the first day.
No doubt. I mean, like I told you, there's a thought to it. There's a process to it. You know, I have to monitor it with the other coaches, make sure that we're getting enough work done, that we are doing the physical part of it, but also trying to make sure that we keep a healthy football team. And I think we're doing a good job of that. Obviously, there's always going to be minor nicks, bumps, and bruises as you go, but nothing that, that's out of the ordinary. So we'll just keep going, and I'll keep a running total in my mind about exactly how much of that we're doing, but we have to do it. You know, if we're going to be, I keep saying what we want to become. I think our players understand it, our coaches do, and we understand that's part of the sport.
I understand you brought Trent Edwards here, who's out there today, practicing on the 4th or whatever it is. How did that transpire? What do you like about him?
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of, myself and Al Saunders, we did a lot of videotape study. You know, as you guys said, we need to add some arms to this team, and watching him work, whether it was at Buffalo or Jacksonville, he has some characteristics that I look for in a quarterback, and have an opportunity to sit down and talk to him. He was what I was looking for. I mean, he's a big, strong, physical guy who can throw the ball, very intelligent, loves football, very passionate about the game. I mean, he's a gym rat. He likes to go and study from morning to night. And it's important to him. And he's looking for an opportunity, and a good place that has an opportunity.
Second year, he had a pretty solid year and was considered one of the better young quarterbacks in the league. He's had a couple concussions since, but he got to rest most of last year. Do you think that that time off will do well for him?
I think what the time off has done is motivated him. I mean, he wants to come in and compete, and again, I'm trying to build something here where it's a lot of competition. The guys compete, not so much for the starting job. Jason Campbell's our starting quarterback. But we need to continue to get better on every aspect of our football team.
So he'll be competing with Kyle essentially for the second job.
Absolutely. So we'll go in there, and I mean, again, there are two very veteran quarterbacks that's played in this league, and I feel very comfortable and very happy we have him. And I'm looking forward to working with him and watching him compete out there.
Yes. What happened with Gaither? Was it a health issue? Did you? Is that over?
I was laughing. Everybody said we had signed him. I told you we had him. No, I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, when you check a guy out, it goes back to the same thing. I want to make sure that we're putting healthy players out here, and nothing to him. He's done everything he knows to do. He's just not where he needs to be, to compete on a physical level all the time. But he'll go back and keep working, and it just didn't work this time. So we'll move on.
So he's an option later, though?
Never know. I mean, who knows? That path might be. We might go down it again. But right now, at this point in time, it just wasn't the right fit, the right time right now.
Have you added Khalif Barnes? Have you added Khalif
Barnes? Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, do you still look at him as a guy that can go and do different things for you, or is there a chance he could step in and compete for a starting job at one spot?
There's no doubt. I mean, we don't have, in my opinion, we're trying to play the best 5 guys. We're going to give him a chance to compete on that offensive line. And obviously, he's done multiple things for me a year ago. But I want to see him going and compete and see if he can strengthen our offensive line and play tackle like he's played this league and be a good player. But we will play him anywhere we need to play him to win a game. And that's truly what it's all about.
How wide open? Where you start him out at?
Probably so. He can play right, he can play left, he can play guard, he can play multiple things. Once he gets here and I get a chance to see him, then we'll put him where we think is best for him.
How wide open is the defensive back position? It looked like Chimdi Chekwa left early today. Do you have an update on him?
He just had a little nick, again. I mean, I think it was one of his shoulders. But, I mean, I think he'll be okay. I think it's nothing major. But still, it's not so much that it's open. I know everybody thinks that. But we have Stanford Rouse, Chris Johnson. We have some young players, and we have some old veteran players that have been here a year or two, and they're rising up and playing. But, again, it's just they don't keep competing every day. I love our young corners, DVD. I mean, the guy was out there taking reps today. Got some work in. Obviously, you mentioned Checker just a second ago. But McFadden, those guys are out there doing a good job. They're out here, and that gives them a chance to make this football team. It gives us a chance to be better.
How about Taiwan Jones? He get a little banged up?
Yeah, just again, another one of those nicks. Just look like to me like you just hamstring or arm or something like that. But again, nothing major. But they'll be fine. I mean, again, this is day 3, and this is when those things start to show up. You know, you've been running and pounding pretty good, and your body's got to get ready for it. And the guys, to me, have done a great job. I mean, I'm happy with where we are from that standpoint. But we just got to keep growing and keep going.
Any updates you on your own free agents, Zach, Michael Bush, Michael House?
We're working. I'll tell you that much. I mean, we're working on every day, every minute. For sure. When I get off this, I'll grab my phone and see what's going on. But again, this process just began on Friday. It's still ongoing. You know, continue to add to the once that's all said and done, make sure you guys know exactly who they are. Well, I like that, man. Can I get that?
That's my bad. That's fine.
That's okay.
My bad.
We assume that with Marcel Reese, at least here today, with Bruce Davis here, with Desmond, has